Hey guys, this is Hawkeye Wrestling Chat. I'm Rudy.
And I'm DJ.
And this is our Monday Night Raw review, the 19th of September 2011.
A Hell in a Cell triple threat match for the WWE Championship has been announced tonight between CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, and John Cena.
Let's hope John Cena gets his ass handed to him.
I'm sure he'll go through the cell.
Oh, I really hope he does. CM Punk all the way.
CM Punk
Definitely. Speaking of CM Punk, he opened up the show tonight talking about conspiracies as usual. Not the one the Miz and R-Truth are usually talking about, but a conspiracy nonetheless.
After a little while, Triple H comes out. He assumes that CM Punk's talking about him, gets in his face a bit. CM Punk tells him it's not about him this time. He believes now that he's got nothing to do with it. But he does believe that there is conspiracy there. Yep.
Then John Laurinaitis comes out and he basically tries to get CM Punk fired, and he was saying that he was behind the whole conspiracy. It was his fault. But we all know different, don't we, John? It's all your fault, really. We saw the texting and we saw Kevin Nash come out straight afterwards, but let's see what happens.
Let's see.
Yes, then they all bugger off, and it's time for the 8-man tag team match.
Yeah, and this was between Air Boone, Sheamus, and Justin Gabriel against Otunga,
McGillicuddy, Christian, and Barrett. We need our notes, you see, because we can't remember. That's how good we are. Yes, typical high-flying, typical tag team match. Pretty boring, to be honest. I didn't really enjoy it all that much.
I think the highlight of the whole thing was when
Christian ran off.
Yeah, Christian ran off. He goes. Christian went for the spear, but he got bro kicked instead.
And ran off like a little bitch.
Right, yeah, ran off like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Otunga got the Celtic Cross.
And 1, 2, 3, Sheamus wins. So that's it.
There's more to really say about that. It's a pretty boring match there. Moving on to the second match. It was between
Alberto and Morrison.
Yeah, again, wasn't really amazing. It wasn't really a big match. Like the big point of this match was that Alberto Del Rio was really aggressive. He was obviously a bit pissed off that he lost the WWE Championship. Took it all out on John Morrison basically. The match lasted about 2 minutes.
It was too late, wasn't it? They basically made him dominate Morrison, and Morrison jobbed to him, and it was a bit too late. You know, you want him to become dominant before he lost the championship, but he didn't. It was too late in my opinion. Unless they've got some plans for him to the Hell in a Cell to win or something, they're going to push him over the next 2 weeks. But I guess we'll see. What happens.
Next bit was Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman comes out. He's a special guest on Raw. You know, again, it was pretty boring. He was just like promoting his new film. All of a sudden, Vicky Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler come out. Excuse me! Oh god, she goes screaming. She starts flirting with Hugh Jackman. Dolph Ziggler gets jealous.
Why?
Starts saying about how, being just bringing up the underdog is pretty much just in the mood what happened in real life.
Yeah,
Dolph Ziggler went from nothing to being the US champion.
Talking about Cleveland being the city of the underdogs, and he was basically saying he was the best, and then Hugh Jackman decided to announce that he was going to get the biggest underdog he could find.
The crowd wanted Zack Ryder, so that's what Hugh Jackman did. He delivered. He got Zack Ryder.
Yeah, which will be Zack Ryder versus Dolph Ziggler for later on in the night.
Yeah. So we turn the page for our notes. Excuse us a minute. Now this was quite an unusual match. The actual match was scheduled to be Sin Cara versus Cody Rhodes. Just the match was about to get underway.
The other Sin Cara comes out. I mean, what the hell's going on here?
Again, I think this is a bit of a. I think this is kind of like a last resort kind of thing. I think it's supposed to kind of steer away from the conspiracy. It's SmackDown's right.
It's something else, isn't it? I mean, I think this could get interesting, but they need to sort of get it going a little bit now, don't they? Because we all kind of knew it was going to happen, considering what happened with Drug Sting and the other wrestlers becoming Sin Cara for a little bit. So let's hope they get it underway and we start really figuring out what's going on.
The only problem I have, from what I saw tonight, they both have the same moves. I mean, the bad guy, the evil Sin Cara, if you will, he looks a bit more of a brawler than he does a high flyer, but he still uses Hurricane Ryan, he still uses flips. So
well, I think what you're trying to say is that they need a way to sort of tell the difference between the two. And I hope they do that, in the coming weeks. And I hope they build up to a decent rivalry, not like the Kane versus Kane way back, which was kind of like a 1 week wonder, and then
kind of weird.
Next backstage segment between R-Truth, The Miz, and Triple H. They sort of beg like bitches, don't they? Apologising.
Yeah, sucked up to him and that. You know, they kind of said, it would never happen again. Blah blah blah. You know how it goes.
Yeah, and then Triple H decided to fine them $250,000 each.
Yeah, but that pocket change for them.
For assaulting the ref, and also giving them a match against Cena and CM Punk for the main event later on tonight, which will be talking about later. Mark Henry promo. This was very interesting.
This was.
Enjoyed this promo.
It was a very good promo. I mean, I'm loving Mark Henry at the minute. His aggressiveness. You know, he's a brute. You know,
he's pounding everyone, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, he's finally world heavyweight champion. And if you saw our last review, you know how happy we are about that. You know, it's about time. The guy's been waiting 15 years. He's finally getting his point, and he's finally given a chance. Yeah, so what happens anyway is JR interviews Mark Henry, says to him, how does it feel to finally become the champion after 15 years? Mark Henry basically tells him that, you know, he's fed up with everyone not believing in him, he wasn't going to forgive anyone for not believing in him, and he basically tried to get JR to apologise. JR apologised, didn't he? And then it eventually got to Mark Henry choking with his own tie. Jerry the King Lawler tried to intervene. He managed to get JR away out of the ring. Then Mark Henry turned on JR. JR struck him a couple of times. Yeah. Sorry, Jerry the King Lawler. Excuse us, Jerry the King Lawler. Struck him a couple of times, and then just got beat down. Yeah. World's Strongest Slam through the announce table, which was cool. You thought it was a bit too much, didn't you? Yeah, I thought maybe they should. You know, like he gave him the World's Strongest Slam in the ring, then dragged him out. I think they dragged that bit out a little bit too much. But hey, I enjoyed it. I think I think that you should have done the break the leg thing again. To be honest. to Joe the King Lawler. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah. Divas match, boring. Kelly Kelly and Eva Torres. Excuse me, versus Beth and Natalia. Yay. I mean, Aaron, like me and Aaron are torn when it comes to Divas matches because I quite enjoy them. Aaron doesn't. But I must say, this Divas match was quite boring. I only lasted a couple of minutes. Same thing. Natalia gets pinned by Eva Torres by what? A bloody roll up every time. It's getting absolutely boring. Beth and Natalia are supposed to be these strong divas that are meant to pwn everybody, but they don't. I mean, to be fair, I think this is what they're going for. I don't think they're doing it intentionally just to get Kelly and Eve to win. I think it's kind of, you know, like the commentators, like the announcer said, you know, it was kind of, you know, they're striking out every week. Well, I hope it leads to something. Yeah, I think it's getting boring, isn't it? I think it's going to. Well, let's hope. Now the match everyone's been waiting for: Ryder versus Ziggler. Oh yes, this was interesting. It was quite interesting. Considering Ryder got some offence in without anyone's help. I was actually really impressed with Zack Ryder tonight. He really kind of took it to Dolph Ziggler. Well, he did his best, didn't he? But anyway, how it happened. Dolph Ziggler was up against the ropes and Vicky slapped him and she got sent to the back, and then straight after that... It was actually Zack Ryder got slapped. Yes, that's what I meant. Zack Ryder got slapped by Vicky and he got sent back to the back, and then Hugh Jackman laid out Dolph Ziggler with a punch to the face. Hugh Jackman, the heel that he is. Yeah, fantastic. Punched him in the face. Ryder did the Rough Rider to Dolph Ziggler, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, which was awesome. I think that's the crowd were loving it. The crowd were well into this. I think that's Ryder's second win in a row now. WWE Championship calling, I think, maybe sometime. No. Definitely. No. Backstage, Vicky and Swagger were talking, and Swagger said to Vicky that he could get a meet between her and Hugh Jackman if he gets a managerial contract. She agrees. She said, yeah, she'd be delighted to give him a managerial contract. So is this going to be where Ziggler and
Swagger have a match to decide who gets Vicky?
I've said ever since these two first started having the argument that there will be a match for Vicky's contract, and I still believe that, because I can't see Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger becoming friends now. I really can't see it. If they do, I'll put my hands in the I was wrong, but I really can't see it.
Yep, another backstage segment. There's quite a few tonight. John Cena and the Punk, CM Punk. Basically, John Cena was saying to CM Punk how he how they were both the same. They both mixed in controversy, etc., etc. And you know, they're getting all chummy, and he was saying he was worried about what's going to happen after they have a fight here in the Cell. You know, usual bollocks. And then the next match, CM Punk and Cena versus Truth and The Miz.
Yeah, this match was quite good. The Miz was taking it to John Cena and R-Truth. You know, they take nothing away from R-Truth. It was a really, really good match. Yeah, they would not let John Cena tag in.
Yeah, they teased it a few times, but it's just the usual Cena thing, and he gets beat down, and then somehow the team or John Cena gets the win. He manages to hot tag CM Punk, and he beats the crap out of everyone. Manages to get the GTS on R-Truth for the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then as soon as the match is over, Triple H comes out. Now this is where I have a problem here, because it
kind of makes sense, but doesn't, does it?
It kind of now as we mentioned earlier in the night, the Miz and R-Truth apologised to Triple H. Triple H accepted the apology, fined them £250,000.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not a lot. Yeah. Pocket change, really.
Yeah, sorry.
You know, but at the end of the Raw, he comes out
and fires the Miz and R-Truth.
But it's just the way he did it. He comes out and he goes, CM Punk, John Cena, good match. Miz, R-Truth, you fight, and walks off. You know, there was no explanation of why he did it. Obviously, it was because of last night.
Yeah, but they're not to do with controversy. He said he was going to fire somebody. Well, he did say he was going to fire somebody at the end of the night. But we assumed it was going to be Laurinaitis, didn't we? But,
yeah, we did, to be fair. I thought it was Laurinaitis.
It kind of makes no sense to fire the Miz and R-Truth, especially as they're fighting with the tag teams at the moment. And let's just hope that next week something happens that brings them back or something, because you know it's quite important for the tag team champions, I think, at the moment.
It is very.
And it has nothing to do with conspiracy, does it?
It does in a way. I think it does, because last week, you know, I think he did it out of revenge for attacking Triple H. I think that's what it was over.
Well, that's the only reason it could have been, really, isn't it? We'll see. Stay tuned. Watch out for our review on Friday. Subscribe, comment, give us your thoughts. If you don't like our review, fair enough. If you do, keep watching.
Peace out.
Thank you.